Team Lab Innovative Solutions presents Base 1 Aggregate Base Stabilizer. The topics covered: what is Base 1? Where can Base 1 be used? Why use Base 1? Additional projects, test results, testimonials, frequently asked questions, and construction procedures. What is Base 1? Base 1 is an aggregate base stabilizer that is designed to strengthen your base. Base 1 also has the ability to enhance the efficiency and performance of your aggregate. Base 1 is patent pending, safe, easy to use, and economical. Team Lab recommends always using the proper personal protective equipment when handling any chemicals. Where can Base 1 be used? Base 1 Aggregate Base Stabilizer has numerous applications in road maintenance and construction. It is used to stabilize your base in construction projects, new construction projects, full-depth reclamation projects, chip seal applications, or simply stabilize your gravel aggregate. Reconstruction project. Reclaimed and salvaged existing base and bituminous. Use as bottom 4-inch layer of base. Stabilized with 4-inch aggregate base with Base 1. Bladed 3 times total over a span of 1 year. Completed bituminous surfacing. Not only did the Base 1 product reduce the maintenance on this roadway, it practically eliminated it. Here's an example of a new construction project. Stabilized top 3 inches of a 15-inch aggregate base. Added 7-inch bituminous surface. The county can maintain the desired design strengths by using up to 3 inches less of aggregate base and adding Base 1. Here's an example of a full-depth reclamation project. Stabilized 8 inches material, 4 inches recycled asphalt, and 4 inches gravel base. Added 5.5 inches bituminous surface. In 2005, only 8 cracks showed up in the 8-mile project. An example of a chip seal application. Stabilized 4 inches aggregate base. Added double chip seal surface treatment. I would not spend the money on an auto seal or chip seal surface treatment unless I stabilize the base with Base 1. And here's an example of gravel surface stabilization. Stabilized 3 inches aggregate base. Added light coat calcium chloride annually. Able to emit 3 3-inch re-gravel cycles. Estimated savings, $25,000 per mile. Base 1 has outperformed the calcium chloride section for stabilizing and ultimately preserving the gravel surfacing. Why use Base 1? To save money by preserving your aggregate, reducing your maintenance, and increasing your base strength. How does Base 1 save money? Reduced aggregate loss equals money saved. It is estimated that on a normal gravel road, you lose approximately 1 inch of aggregate material per year. It costs an average of $3,000 to $6,000 to add 1 inch of gravel, 28 feet width, per mile. By incorporating Base 1, you will be able to lengthen your re-graveling cycles. How does Base 1 reduce maintenance? Reduce maintenance equals money saved. Reduce blading, use less fuel, less wear and tear on equipment, and less hours on equipment. When building a road, you start with the base. By stabilizing your aggregate with Base 1, you will significantly increase the strength of your base. Your bituminous surface, if you choose to add one, will perform better, last longer, and require less maintenance. Better performance, longer life, less maintenance equals money saved. MnDOT Highway 10 Realignment Project, Burlington Northern Railroad grade brought in 12 inches of new aggregate base and stabilized the top 5 inches with Base 1. A parking lot over-the-road trucking company brought in 6 inches of new aggregate base and stabilized the top 3 inches with Base 1, and then added 6 inches bituminous surface. Braun Intertech conducted a resilient modulus test on Base 1 to measure the material stiffness. The test was performed on 2 roadbed aggregate base materials, one with Base 1 and one without. Base 1 was added at the recommended rate of 0.005 gallons per square yard per inch. The granular material with Base 1 was allowed to cure for 7 days. Testing was completed in accordance with the American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials Test Method T307-99. The following table is a summary of the resilient modulus test. As you can see in the test results prepared by Braun Intertech, The granular material with base 1 tested higher at each level of confining pressure than the granular material tested without base 1. This is an average of a 55.62% increase in material stiffness. This implies that the material containing base 1 will provide more support for a pavement system than that of a material with a lower resilient modulus. These test results also explain why gravel roads treated with base 1 have greater strength and stability than gravel roads that are not treated with base 1. Here are the gradation results on tested granular material. We reduced our maintenance blading up to 75% on roads where we have incorporated base 1 on. County Road Superintendent. It is not a cost to the county, it is an investment for the county. County Commissioner. We are saving over $2,000 per mile per year in maintenance costs per mile on the base 1 roads. Less blading, no need to re-gravel. County Engineer. We incorporated base 1 on a gravel road in 1999 and have not added any aggregate material since. March 2009, County Engineer. We will not put down a bituminous surface until we've stabilized the base with base 1. County Engineer. We added a 3-inch asphalt layer over the base 1, and when it was time to raise the manholes, we had to use a jackhammer to get through the base 1. County Engineer. How much base 1 does it take to do a mile? As you can see in the above example, at 24 feet wide and 4-inch depth, you will need 275 gallons of base 1. One 275-gallon tote will treat approximately 3,000 tons of material. 0.005 gallons of base 1 per square yard per inch of material. How much water is needed? Enough water is needed to uniformly spread the required amount of base 1 over the length of the project. Additional water can be added to bring aggregate material to optimum moisture content for compaction. A Proctor test can be done to determine the optimum moisture to achieve the maximum density of the soil. The total amount of water will vary based on field conditions, moisture content, wind, temperature, etc. Can you rework it? Yes, but you may have to re-wet the road surface so the blade can cut into the hardened surface. If the project remains gravel, what is the maintenance? Normally you top dress with 55 gallons of base 1 and water mixture per mile the following year. Does it control dust? It lowers the dust, but we do not promote it as a dust control product. Many counties, however, add chloride for added dust control. Can it be used with recycled asphalt? Yes, many counties have had excellent results by incorporating base 1 into their reclaimed bases. How many inches should be stabilized? Many counties stabilize a minimum of 3 inches and up to 12 inches of material. What type of granular aggregate works best? The following tables illustrate a few examples of aggregate base requirements that several counties have used with great success. Table A. The material passing the 200 sieve should be binding material, more clay than silt. An average of 8 to 15% binder is recommended. Table B. The material passing the 200 sieve should be binding material, more clay than silt. An average of 8 to 15% binder is recommended. How is base 1 packaged? In 55-gallon drums or 275-gallon totes. Base 1 pre-construction procedure. Material gradation should be performed prior to any stabilization work to verify the rock and binder content meet requirements. It is very important to take soil samples to make sure the moisture content is adequate. Optimum moisture is critical to compaction. We recommend a Proctor test be done to give you the optimum moisture content. Determine the appropriate amount of base 1 for your project. Make sure to follow all safety and precautionary sign requirements. Use the recommended construction signs as defined in your local government safety policies. Always wear proper personal protective equipment when handling any chemicals. We recommend that the application process take place when the ambient temperature does not fall below 45 degrees Fahrenheit. The application should be postponed during weather conditions where the precipitation may affect the moisture content of the gravel. Base 1 construction procedure.